Okay, so the final emails we're going to be sending to is the people that get to our close or very close to the close. All right, so make it the close, and we're going to be sending them 4 emails to try and get them to buy. So of course we're going to close the webinar down on the pretense that, hey, this is your only chance to buy. If you don't, the price is much, much higher. We're going to get into this in the copywriting. Just there's always going to be scarcity. Then what we're going to do is we're going to send them an email 2 hours after the event saying, hey, look, I realize this is a big decision. We're going to give you an hour extension right here. Hop in now. 90% of your follow-up sales are going to come from right here. This right here, this is the golden goose. As you can see, I've written out the entire email for you right here. It's a pretty hard-hitting email, and getting this email to inbox is heaven and hell because you have to make a really good marketing message, but you have to actually also worry about inboxing too. This right here is what finally got the inbox. I had the hardest time getting this to inbox. So you can see it's actually pretty short. It's a short email, but bam. Okay, and so we're going to send them back to our sales page, which we'll get to here in a second. We're going to get into the sales page, the replay pages, and everything I mentioned right here in a moment, and you have templates for most of them, so that's cool. Now, what we're going to do afterwards is 14 hours after, we're going to, and if you want to do 12 hours after, you want to do 24 hours after, the time is not going to make or break anything. I like 14 hours after because it's the time they said they were open in the day when they were signing up for their webinar. So I reason, hey, that time, if we send it around the time frame that they were open, they'd probably be open, they're reading an email or whatnot. So we're going to send them to a testimonial page. We're going to send them an email saying, hey, look, I realize you're on the fence, so we're going to give you a few more days to think about this. However, look at all the testimonials that we're getting right here, okay? I know your largest question, does HCOM actually work? Instead of telling you, I wanted to show you, here's 4 people who joined in less than 30 days and we're able to do over 50K in sales. So we're going to send them the testimonials. And then when they go to the testimonial page shows them a ton of testimonials, then links them back to the sales page. Next, we're going to send them a replay of the event. We're going to do this 48 hours after. So we're going to send them just a replay, and it's going to send them to a replay page so maybe they can view the event again. And also, everyone who did not attend and left early, we're just going to send them to the replay too as well. Like, here, all right, you're not going to attend, that's fine. Here's the damn replay if you want to do it. You're not going to see a lot of those people watch the replay and buy. It's kind of just a Hail Mary. You will see a few people go and watch this replay and buy from the main event. Again, your main oomphs are going to be right here. As you get down the funnel, it's not going to be working as well. Okay, because if we don't really close them here, it's not going to work too great. All right, so we're just going to send them to a replay. And again, we have the replay email right here. Very easy. Hey, thanks so much for attending our event. The webinar was long, though, so I can imagine you need to see it again. So here's a link to it. And I've also left a link to HCOM Red in case you want to recap it right there as well. And on the replay, I also give them controls so they can skip around and kind of see the things we want. I mentioned that in the email. That's important because a lot of people don't want to sit down and have a video that doesn't have controls. So we can speak to those people too. If you're like me, it really stresses me out when you can't control the video. Last thing we're going to send out is a final closing email. This is going to go out 72 hours after. Very simple, like, hey, this is closing, this is it, you're screwed if you don't hop in here, and that's all there is to it. You can see I have the text right here for you if you want to copy it. Again, I would go into the copywriting of these emails, but the thing is you can't really do much copywriting. You have to keep them kind of short so that they get open. It's way more important that they get opened, because if you have like really hard-hitting copy with lots of buzzwords in there to get you in the spam or promo tab, it doesn't matter. No one's going to read it. And then 96 hours after, so we have the 72-hour closing. Then 96 hours after, we're going to send them a downsell for another offer. So this is where I'll sell people a free trial of Market Hero in the past that comes with like HCOM Lite, which is like a very basic starter course. And so we use the thing that the event was about. So they're really interested probably in e-commerce at this point. So I use this to leverage them to get them into like a $47 per month membership on a free trial. And usually these convert at 30 to 40% the free trial. So it's really lucrative. So if we get like 10,000 people on here, we can get probably out of those 10,000 people like 100, 200, 300 of those people onto a $47 per month. And that really maximizes our sales. And so this is also how we structured. You can see throughout the entire funnel, we also use the attendance bonus to hook pump people. So I say, hey, look, dropping off your $600 bucks in attendance bonuses. All right, and I structure the free trial as the attendance bonus. And so this email is going to be more relevant to you, and I'll get into the downsell offer in this section. But I want you to look at the email and just look at the text and look at how I sell it. Again, you can't be too hard hitting with this. You want to have a really good open rate right here, because at this point, your business is all about selling these people other things. Okay? Especially if you have a SaaS or your front end isn't your main product. So it's time to shift out of selling the webinar. We've already hammered them at every angle we can. Now let's give them something else right here. And so I'm offering them this thing that teaches them exactly what they saw in the call, just on a little bit lower level, plus all the tools, and it's more beginner focused, because that's usually if you have like a Make Money Online or some other type of offer, usually people who don't buy are either broke or they aren't ready to really take like the next big commitment step yet. So we give them an offer that's perfect around that. It's a free trial, it's cheap, and it's more for a beginner. It's more for people that want to take the first baby steps. So there you go, and then we link them to this sales page right here, which we'll talk about here in a second. And so these are all the closing emails that happen after the event, and they're all written down in the 2K emails file for you, so you can go through each of them. It's pretty clear what I'm doing right there. The copywriting is really simple because you can't do much copywriting in these emails. You really just need to get the click and keep them as short as possible while using as little buzzwords and marketing words as you possibly can.